Hey folks, welcome back to Naman Reviews. Today we're going to unbox and review Hot Toys Mace Windu from Attack of the Clones. Before we continue, may I request that you tap that like button and subscribe button to support my young channel. Please also leave your comments to let us know what you think of this figure. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I love Samuel L. Jackson, loved his movies growing up. The photos have left me with mixed feelings about this head sculpt. Then again, Hot Toys often look better in hand, and sometimes their blogger photos tend to be a bit off. So let's take the badass Jedi in the galaxy to the light box for a deeper examination. We'll also do some fun poses along the way. The design of the front of the box will be familiar to anyone who's bought a Hot Toys Star Wars toy. You've got the gray and black two-tone design, you've got some branding at the base. In the center it says Star Wars, and here you have a portrait of the toy. That sculpt actually looks pretty good here. And the clothing, I love the texture on it, and I can't wait to light up that purple lightsaber. The back of the box has the standard warnings, branding, and legalese. Time to lift the cover and reveal the Attack of the Clones box. Here we have the familiar open box Attack of the Clones design by Hot Toys. Got some branding over here, got a portrait of Mace Windu in action. Inside, through the window, you can see Mace Windu, some hands over here, and I can see some purple lightsabers. The back of the box has the familiar backdrop of the sun and the sand from Attack of the Clones toys. Here you have Mace Windu in action again. So before we take a look in the manual, let us take a quick peek at Mace Windu. I am very excited for this, but I'm also a bit apprehensive. Some of the shots of the sculpt have not looked good, but a lot of the times it looks much better in hand. At first glance, the sculpt is good. He does look like a young Samuel L. Jackson. Remember, Attack of the Clones came out a long time ago, and Samuel L. Jackson looked quite a bit younger then, but he also looks like an old Dave Chappelle. I don't know how to explain it. So he's like a young Samuel L. Jackson or an older Dave Chappelle who has been working out for a long time. As I always say, it's always a good idea to read the instruction sheet before you play with your Hot Toys to avoid damaging your figure and to use the accessories correctly. So this manual is a bit thicker than the average instruction sheet by Hot Toys, and that's because it's got this movie poster of Attack of the Clones. So you've got Yoda at the bottom, you've got Obi-Wan, you've got Mace Windu at the back. Of course, you have young Anakin, and you've got Padme. On the other side, the manual teaches you how to assemble the lightsaber, holster the lightsaber, take off the Jedi robe, equip the LED lightsaber, and that involves taking off some of the soft goods if you want to hide the wire. And finally, shows you how to wield the hologram projector with Yoda. Here are all the accessories that Mace Windu comes with. I wish that he had a backdrop as well, but this isn't too bad. You've got a couple of forearm armors, got a nice selection of hands, including accessory holding hands, force wielding hand, and you also have a couple of relaxed hands that are already on his body. You've got two lightsaber blades. This is the regular one, and this is the lightsaber in motion. Then you've got a couple of lightsaber hilts, regular, and this is the USB powered one. You've got this USB power system over here. You've got this clip that attaches to the base, this cover for the base, and you've got a holocaster with Yoda who goes on top. Let's start with these extra screws. They're very tiny, easy to lose. You put them on Mace's lightsaber if you want to hang the lightsaber off the belt, and then you can take them off when you're done. But I'm going to keep mine in the box because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. The regular hands look fantastic. Excellent work by Hot Toys as usual. Very good molds. Highly detailed. You can see the veins, you can see the knuckles, you can see the fingernails. Beautifully painted. I think the skin tone looks very realistic. The gloved hands look equally impressive. They really do look like gloves. I like the creases on them, I like the paint applications, and the texture on top feels pretty good too. I really like Mace Windu's forearm guards, especially because of that nice Jedi Order logo, nice texture on them, good quality plastic. They sort of feel like game board pieces. And you can easily slide these on his forearm and hopefully not damage the soft goods. These lightsaber in motion plastic pieces are always a bit of a mixed bag. You often get some with scratches on them. Sometimes if you're lucky they're clean. Unfortunately mine does have a few scratches. I do like the purple color, I do like the gradient, and I can't wait to get this on a Mace Windu lightsaber. Here is the regular lightsaber blade. Standard issue if you've ever purchased a Hot Toys Jedi toy before. But of course this is purple, not blue or green or red. You've got a tiny little hollow caster here. There's a hole so you can put Yoda on top. Yoda on top, you can get this in Mace Windu's palms, or at least one palm. You've got a couple lightsaber hilts. This one lights up through USB power. This is the regular one. Very well painted and very accurate mold to what Mace Windu had. As mentioned before, you can remove this screw, attach a larger one so that it hangs off Mace Windu's belt. This device powers up the LED lightsaber. What I find interesting is that these components allow you to pass the wire through different spaces depending on how you want to display him. So you can actually attach one of these to the clip on the stand. You can also pass the wire through his forearm, so you have several options. I like that. I believe these two go on his forearms when you are attaching the forearm guards. Mace Windu comes with a pretty standard Star Wars base. It says Star Wars Mace Windu over here. Thankfully, no spelling mistakes. You can remove this if you want, but I kind of like how it looks. You can also attach this to support Mace. And of course, this piece is extendable, so you can adjust the height. But from what I've seen, he stands pretty well, so I don't think I'll be using the space. Here we have Hot Toys Mace Windu straight out of the box in a museum pose. What immediately stands out for me is that gorgeous dark brown Jedi robe. Feels very nice, very silky, really good material. I really like these dark brown colored boots, though I wish they were leather and not pleather, but nice detail on them. This beige colored Jedi tunic, beige belt with this brown strap going around, and I've also got his lightsaber attached over here. And if you lift this a little bit, you can see these light colored pants underneath. Interestingly, this is wired, so you can do some fun dynamic poses. Taking a look at Mace Windu under the portrait lens, that sculpt looks fantastic straight on. Love the soft goods, love the texture on them, very soft, very high quality material. The boots, again, I wish they were leather, but there is some detail on them. I think Hot Toys has outdone itself in terms of the paint applications. Looks absolutely gorgeous. The eyes look fantastic. But yeah, from some angles, he does kind of look like an old Dave Chappelle. Back of the head looks really good though. Look at that skin texture. Overall, not perfect, but I am happy. All the details with the veins in the head, the eyebrows, the nose, the skin, the 5 o'clock shadow. Pretty good. So before I show you how to remove the Jedi robe, I should mention that there is some dye coming off, and I know this because I'm wearing white gloves and one of them has turned slightly brown. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is some dye that's coming off the robe. So how would you resolve that? I mean, you can leave it on, but your beige coat might turn a bit darker, or you could just leave this robe in some cold water and wait for the dye to come off. So to remove the robe, you just pin the arms back Pretty standard operating procedure. And you take off the robe. There you have it, mace from the back, from the front. I really like the texture on this. I think I've said that many times. It's a pretty fantastic tunic. And I don't want this to get darker than it is. So I think I might just soak that robe just to get that excess dye off. Well, it's time to look at the articulation. Head tilts left, tilts right, looks down very well, looks up very well, turns quite nicely. Shoulder goes up pretty high, I would say 120 degrees maybe. Gorgeous double jointed elbow. Some rotation. Hand rotates freely. Shoulder shrugs thanks to that joint over here. Nice ab crunch. Good twist at the waist. There is a bit of a fat suit, but it's just giving him form. It's not too bad actually. Thigh rotation. Leg stretch. Kicks forward, you can hear that gorgeous ratchet joint. Doesn't kick back too much. Good double jointed knee. Not much articulation here, unfortunately, because of the boots, but they are very flat, so he stands without any problems. So overall, I would give the articulation a big thumbs up. Now that we've seen the articulation and the accessories, let's look at Mace Windu under the portrait lens. And I think this looks gorgeous. I love this pose because of that robe. It is very rich. It is very beautiful. Here, Mace Windu has got his Clone Wars armor on and he is having a chat with Yoda. Just a word of warning, don't keep those forearm armors on too long because they do crease the suit. Well, it's time to take Mace Windu into the toy room for some more fun poses. Here is the LED lightsaber lit up, and overall I'm very pleased with it, though I do wish it was a bit brighter, and I know I can do a better job of hiding the wire. You can hide it behind the robe, you can hide it under the tunic, but I am happy because I no longer have to swap arms, and those arms always freak me out because you can always damage that peg over here. So this is a nice upgrade from Hot Toys. Hopefully they can make it more bright next time. Let's turn off the lights and see how it looks. So that looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure that if I have all of these lit up in the toy shelf, it will catch anyone's eye. I've swapped it out to the lightsaber in motion and I think it looks even better. Time for some size comparisons, and here we have Hot Toys Obi-Wan on the right, Hot Toys Qui-Gon Jinn on the left. All three display well together, and the heights are interesting. Obi-Wan is obviously shorter than these two. Now we've got Darkseid Anakin Skywalker and Return of the Jedi Palpatine, both by Hot Toys. And Palpatine's laughing because he can't believe they deceived Mace Windu. My final score for Hot Toys Mace Windu is going to be 4 out of 5 stars. There's a lot to like about this set. The portrait looks pretty good straight on. Soft goods are outstanding. You can pull off multiple looks thanks to the accessories, The USB light-up lightsaber system is pretty intuitive. However, the portrait, while good, could have been a bit better. In addition, I wish the LED lightsaber was a lot brighter, and we could have had a nice backdrop for the figure, but they did not include one. Still, this is likely to be the only and by default the best Hot Toys Mace Windu for a long time to come. So pick it up while you can because it's selling out fast. That's my review, folks. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please let me know what you think of the figure in the comments, and do check out my reviews of Hot Toys Padme, Hot Toys DX28 Darth Vader, and Hot Toys Darkseid Anakin Skywalker. Hope you tune in again soon.